Okay, on that note, good morning and welcome to our Board of Commissioners meeting. It looked like you were getting up.
I can pledge when it's time.
Oh, okay. Well, before we do the pledge, we'll have observance of a moment of silence. Thank you. Please rise for a pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comment? Here's that we have none. We'll move to the approval of the minutes of our meeting December 19th, which have been made part of your packets.
Motion to approve those minutes as presented.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Additions, deletions, corrections, hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Most same sign, so moved. All right, we have Michelle. Introduce yourself and proceed.
Michelle Snavely, Director of Human Resources. Under Personnel Transactions, I have motions. The first to approve 3 separate memorandums of understanding between the County of Lebanon and the Teamsters Local 429 with the Social Services Unit, one with the Court-Related Non-Professionals Unit, and one with the Court-Appointed Professionals Unit, that the holiday known as the Day After Thanksgiving shall be observed as a paid holiday for all employees who are actively employed on such holiday and eligible to receive paid holidays effective the year 2025 and ongoing unless otherwise negotiated or mutually agreed upon.
make a motion to approve.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the memorandum of understanding between the County of Lebanon and the Lebanon County Detectives Association that the holiday known as the Day After Thanksgiving shall be observed as a paid holiday for all employees who are actively employed on such holiday and eligible to receive paid holidays effective for the year 2025 and ongoing unless otherwise negotiated or mutually agreed upon.
Motion approved.
I do have a question that didn't get answered. I only got it this morning and I put it on there. I was always taught that if we modify an agreement, that it can be opened again and again and again. And I wanted to know if there was written assurance that this would not allow reopening for other issues before the term was up.
It would have to be mutually agreed upon to reopen anything. So no, you don't have to reopen.
You don't, for sure.
That a second?
Matt, do you agree with that?
I did, yeah.
Second,
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we approve this motion as presented. Any questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to transfer 10 current casual part-time operations technician positions from the Department of Emergency Services to the Coroner's Office effective January 5th, 2025.
so moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the transfers of those folks. Any questions regarding the motion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to re-title 9 of the casual part-time operations technician positions to casual part-time coroner logistics technicians remaining in a grade 6 on the non-union salary chart effective January 5th, 2025.
Motion approved.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded that we approve that request made by Dr. Yocum. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to retitle 1 of the casual part-time operations technicians positions to casual part-time coroner administrator in a grade 7 on the non-union salary chart effective January 5th, 2025.
so moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve that Dr. Yocum request. Any questions regarding the motion? Would you like? I guess we can wait till we get them all finished, then we can explain why there's so much.
I was going to do that with the budget also.
Okay.
If you'd like, that we could do that for that, though, if you'd like, yeah.
Well, we'll catch up with you on the explanation of these motions as soon as we get to the last one. So I'm sorry, there was a motion? Okay. All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to create 5 additional casual part-time coroner logistics technicians at a grade 6 on the non-union salary chart at approximately 10 hours worked per week effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve that request of Dr. Yocum. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to create a first deputy position within the coroner's office at a grade 10 on the non-union salary chart at 40 hours worked per week effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we forgot request of Dr. Yocum. Questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, so moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Dr. Jeffrey Yocum to create an office support 1 position within the coroner's office at a grade 7 on the non-union salary chart at 40 hours worked per week effective January 5th, 2025.
Motion approved.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second to approve that position requested by Dr. Yocum. Any questions regarding the motion? Hearing all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, same sign, so moved. We just take a pause to amplify the reason for those motions.
Yes, I can fill in some blanks there. These transfers of positions were of the operations technicians, part-time and full-time operations technicians and casual are all and logistics technicians. These are all individuals who have been performing transportation for the coroner's office on call. They have been under the banner of the Department of Emergency Services because many of them were also hazmat technicians and already qualified for the driving, et cetera. And so they have been performing that for the better part of a year or more, I think maybe 2 years under DES banner. Those are being moved over to the coroner's department and expanded to a degree to have more depth positions. Number one. Number two, this includes the creation of a first deputy and an office support 1 position to have a dedicated coroner's office. The intent is for that to be located at 503 Oak Street, which was the Community Action Partnership office, which was vacated when they moved over to MHIDEI, and have a storefront, so to speak, or a location for the coroner's office for any business that's transacted with the coroner, rather than as it has been over the last several decades being out of his general practitioner office. So this is all involved in that step, that move.
Okay. Any questions?
So I'm assuming is this also to facilitate the fact that there's a lot of work in the coroner's office that his office personnel, his medical office personnel had been doing?
Yes, yeah. So there is a shift in the way we've been staffing the need for the coroner's workload. That being that it was being done by staff in his office, and the county paid a stipend for that staff. There was a staffing stipend, there was postage, we had all these stipends that were paid to Yocum Associates for all of those activities. Now we're discontinuing the stipends and moving to a direct department like all other borough offices.
Are they in the Oak Street location yet?
No, we don't have, these employees aren't hired yet. This is creation of positions. So, we're in the process of standing up telephones and things like that in that office. So hopefully the filling of these positions and all that will come together at the same time.
How's that work out for the finances? Sounds like, I mean, it seems like this would be more costly than Dr. Yoakum and his stipends.
It is, yeah, it definitely is, but it's, I mean, we're at the edge of a fourth class county here and many others in the fifth class have dedicated coroner's offices. And so it's time we move to that.
And we're still in a position that's, in terms of budget, favorable to other counties. We did some checking just to be sure of that. But regardless, the volume and just it served its purpose for the many years, but now it needs to be standalone and so.
Think about it, we owe Dr. Yocum a debt of gratitude, the way it worked out of his office, it worked for a while, but this will work better for us. And again, the growing needs of the office is just a better way to do it and time to do it.
Is he signaling a departure? I mean, he, at the age where maybe he wants to retire?
That makes him mention.
Question for him, I think.
Okay.
He hasn't mentioned it.
He was reelected in 23, right? Yeah.
So he has at least 3 more years than that.
Okay.
It's just about office efficiency.
Okay.
All right, Michelle.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Director of the Department of Emergency Services, Robert Dowd, to retitle and reclassify the current full-time communications technician position to full-time radio system manager and a grade 13 on the non-union salary chart effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve that Director Dowd's request. Questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of District Attorney Pierre Hetzgraf to add 2 interpreter stipends in the District Attorney's office budget at the rate of $1,500 annually, effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve DA Graff's interpreter stipends. Any questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Chief Public Defender Megan Tidwell to create an additional full-time assistant public defender position within the Public Defender's office at a grade 15 on the non-union salary chart at 40 hours worked per week, effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve that request of Director Tidwell. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Chief Public Defender Megan Tidwell to retitle the current part-time assistant public defender position to part-time mental health assistant public defender and a grade 8 on the non-union salary chart effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve that request, and if memory serves, it's a grant related.
Yeah, I was gonna say that in the third one here, kind of summarize them all like we did for the coroner. Good.
Any comment or question regarding that motion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. So moved.
Motion to approve the recommendation of Chief Public Defender Megan Tidwell to create a new part-time social services advocate position within the Public Defender's office at a grade 12 on the non-union salary chart at 21 hours worked per week, effective January 5th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we that Director Tidwell's request. Any comment or questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. And Jamie, did you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, all 3 of those are related to the newly created indigent defense grant. Sorry, trouble getting that out. That's being provided by Commonwealth. The amount of, I think, $97,000 for our county to supplement the work and the services offered by public defender's offices in all counties. So this is now in the budget. This is a direct result of that. And the grant is specific. It cannot supplant existing, so you can't just reduce the budget and replace with this revenue. It must expand services. So in some cases, for example, the mental health assistant public defender, that is a position we've had. It is one of the attorneys who only represents clients in mental health cases that come before hearings. The social services position, the social services advocate, is a brand new position that is new for us, but has been something in existence in larger counties where it is sort of I guess, an advocate for clients who, in addition to their criminal charges, et cetera, have other challenges in life that impact the outcome or their success, in not being, in avoiding recidivism in the future. So that'll be a brand new position, which is what many counties are doing with funds.
Any questions? If not, we'll move on to the last motion.
Motion to approve the full-time employees of the voter registration office to move from 35 hours work per week to 40 hours work per week effective January 6, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So moved and seconded that we approve that request to move the colleagues from 35 to 40 in the election office. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Post same sign, so moved. Thank you, Michelle. Morning. Thank you for coming in. You may introduce yourself and then proceed.
Tina Letts, Warden at the Lebanon County Correctional Facility. I am here to present the Lebanon County Correctional Facility Medication Assistant Treatment Program Pricing Analysis contract that we worked on with Prime Care Medical. As the commissioners are aware, the Department of Justice is making strides to have all correctional facilities head to the direction of onboarding induction of the medication assisted treatment. Approximately a year and a half ago, we started visualizing what this looks like when we started doing the maintenance program for the medication assisted treatment, meaning folks that came into the correctional facility that had valid verified prescriptions for some of these medications that offset the opioid epidemic, we would continue their treatment. The DOJ is basically pushing us towards the idea of inducing people. So what this contract presents is it would move forward with having the current physician, they would work 4 hours more a week to address that population. We would need a full-time medication assistant treatment coordinator and a full-time medication assistant treatment nurse. What this looks like is during the process of an incarcerated individual's intake, they get screened not only by our staff, a Prime Care Medical nurse, but somebody that is credentialed with the addiction disorder. So then that profiles the individual to move them forward if they choose to want to go to being inducted into the medication assisted treatment program. That would then require additional counseling and treatment throughout their incarceration. And then it would be a handoff into the community with a resource such as Family First, or there was another one that was mentioned most recently, and Prime Care Medical, their staff would help us coordinate that handoff. So the person that got induced onto the medication assistant treatment while they're incarcerated, they would be followed through and have that for the community as they re-enter the community. The contract per year for this year, 2025, would be $362,859.81. If you read through the language, it indicates, though, we're going to ebb and flow. This is really a transition year to try and see where this takes us. It could reduce us depending what our average daily population is. It could expand drastically, and we won't know that until we continue through. As noted on the paperwork, Prime Care Medical indicates that we're doing 120 new intakes each month. And out of that, about 8 to 12% of the individuals are coming in and experiencing like some kind of opioids or alcohol or illegal substance detox. So what the goal is to help proactive and help continue to reduce what we're seeing in the community with the opioid epidemic.
Questions for the board?
So the 362,000 is for the medicine for the program?
It's encompassing on what it would include is a MAC physician, a MAC coordinator,
Okay,
a MAC nurse, etc.
and the medicine.
Yes.
Okay.
Currently we have, currently we are subsidized, we are able to tap into the opioid settlement funds. So right now, Prime Care is able to invoice the opioid settlement fund for $100,000. What we envision is this encompassing that. So what I envision is happening is that 100,000 will then also go to help offset the medication within this. And then we have to keep obviously looking for any grants, or I would ask the commissioner's assistance once the new set of opioid settlement funds come, helping to advocate that some of those financial resources be redirected to this program.
Okay, Mike. We're gonna make a motion to approve.
Second,
Any other questions regarding the warden's presentation? If not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
I,
Post same sign, so moved. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Okay, next. Three items. The first of which is the final passage of the 2025 county budget. I went into some depth earlier this month about the budget and some detail. It again is a no millage increase budget, with millage remaining at 4.3925 mills. This is a total budget of $103,980,376. I do want to point out there was an adjustment since it was introduced. We've received our renewal for workers' comp premium, and it has gone down. I'm happy to report, and we have a very low mod, which is for those, I guess, who have worked with workers' comp, et cetera, an average mod or an average rating for an employer is 1.0. Our mod has gone down to 0.713, which is incredibly low for our exposure. We have exposure at the jail where people inevitably get injured in scuffles or any other kind of incidents they may encounter. We have the sheriff's office, same sort of thing. They, in arresting and issuing warrants, often get into circumstances where they may be injured. The Renova Center is a medical facility where we have lifting injuries and things like that. So to have this kind of exposure yet be that low is a really good thing. And I credit our HR department for getting people back to work and monitoring these injuries, et cetera. So that premium went down, impacting the budget and reducing the need for the carryover funds to balance the budget from $3 million down to $2,860,280. So small relative to the overall budget, small change, but change nevertheless, and it's a good thing. Just our carrier is surprised at our mod, and we received a discount for that because they know that we're a very good piece of business, and others would be eager to try to get it from them. So with that, I don't have any other changes other than we talked a little about the coroner's office. It's something that I didn't talk about at the beginning of the month. So with that, it's before you to give final approval to the 2025 budget and establish the millage at 4.3925.
We'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the budget as presented.
second,
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the budget as presented. Any questions regarding the motion? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I,
And we have a 2-to-1 vote passes. One no.
Okay, the next item I have is contract or a proposal to consider and hopefully approve here with for asbestos abatement consultant services. This is with EHC Associates Incorporated from Lancaster. I touched on this a little bit in talking about the ARPA funds last week. This is the consulting services side of the asbestos abatement. These would be essentially, this is the firm that helps us with the bidding process, oversees air testing, et cetera, and maps out the plan for abatement, and manages ultimately the contractor that's doing the abatement. As I mentioned last week, but my estimates on asbestos abatement was based on their estimates here. They have $598,000 to $670,000. Add to that the consulting services and air monitoring, which is not really known how much air monitoring will be needed, but they gave a daily rate for that. And they typically do air monitoring during the abatement, before it to get a baseline reading, afterward to make sure everything is maintained in clean air. So with that, would recommend contract or approving the proposal from EHC Associates.
The amount of,
Well, it's $23,252 plus hourly rate or daily rate of $790 per day for air testing. So that second part is unknown. I mean, you can plan on that. That's going to be several days worth of monitoring. So that'll be in the thousands. I just can't quantify the number.
make a motion to approve the asbestos abatement as presented.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any questions regarding this motion?
Is this the only bid you received?
This is a professional service. Yeah, it's not a bid. They're going to be the manager of the yeah, we will definitely.
They'll manage the bids like you said.
Yeah, they'll help us to do the specs for the bids, and then once we select a contractor, they'll work closely with them to oversee the work.
All in favor of the motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Post same sign, so moved.
And last item I have is reappointments to the Lebanon Library System Board, Lebanon County Library System Board. Recommending the reappointment for two individuals to serve another term, first being Sue Werner, representing the Matthews Public Library in Fredericksburg, and Denise Thomas would like to serve another term representing the Myerstown Community Library.
Motion approved.
Second,
It's been moved and seconded that we approve those appointments. Any questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Post same sign, so moved.
Both terms to 12/31 of 2027.
Okay.
And with that, you would move into your annual retirement board meeting.
It's just your remedy to adjourn this meeting to open that up, or do we just slide into it?
I guess you could do either. We don't have any further business in commissioner meetings, so you could adjourn.
Okay.
I'll call it
For a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
second.
Okay, we stand adjourned from our public meeting and we'll move on to our retirement board annual meeting. Controller Metley. Call that meeting to order. Robert, you may
All right.
proceed.
Robert Matley, County Controller, Secretary of the Retirement Board, meeting for purposes of approving some motions for the annual meeting. The first motion is to approve the minutes of the December 28th, 23rd Annual Retirement Board meeting, which was included in the packet.
Second,
We have a motion and a second to approve those minutes. Any question regarding the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Post same sign, so moved.
Then the second motion is to approve the minutes attached of the February 15th, 2024, May 16th, 2024, August 7th, 2024, August 15th, 2024, and November 21st, 2024 retirement
so moved.
meetings.
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded that we approve those meeting minutes. Any questions? Not all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be to approve the interest rate payable on employee contributions in 2025. The current rate is for 2024 was 4.5, and I recommend we stay at 4.5.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved to the second that we keep the rate at 4.5%. Any questions regarding this motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be approve the class of the retirement system in 2025. The current class is 180th class, and I recommend we stay there.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded. Sorry, I want to word that properly, Robert. Repeat that.
180th class, stay there. 180th.
I'll keep that. Okay. Any questions regarding that motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be to have Corn Ferry prepare the annual Green Bar pension statements for 2025 at a cost of $1.85 per statement. That $1.85 has been the same for like 10 years.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded that we re-up with Corn Ferry. Audit purposes, any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be to approve the refund paid to former employees in 2024 per the attached list.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved and seconded that we make those refunds. Payments, any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be to acknowledge the death benefits paid to members who passed away in 2024 and the death benefits paid.
So moved.
Motion to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve those member death benefits. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign, so moved.
Next motion would be to approve the pension of employees who retired in 24 per the attached list.
So moved.
It's been moved and seconded that we approve the addition of the retiring members during 2024. All in favor, excuse me, any questions? All in favor, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, so moved.
And unless there's further business, we need a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Okay, anything from the floor? Seek a motion to adjourn. So moved.
Second.
Okay, we stand adjourned for the retirement board.
Thank you very much.
See you next.